Hey guys, Llama Grant here, and welcome back to another random sort of minifig showcase video. Today, I got a bunch of different stuffs, a bunch of different minifigs, and it's been a little bit since I've done one of these videos, and I will say that I have had these minifigures done for about 2 months now. Like, I know. I'm lazy. So yeah, all these figures have been done for like 2 months or longer, and I just haven't done a video on them. And I felt like, well, I gotta do a video eventually. I keep staring at them on the shelf, so I need to do them. So, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. You got a bunch of minifigures here. We're gonna have multiple videos of these minifigures. Today we're gonna go over miscellaneous minifigures. I'll have another video coming out later that's about my JoJo Part 8 figures, since those are all done. But as of right now, we're just doing random figures. So, as I said in my Part 5 JoJo video, I said that when I was looking over all the characters, I mentioned how I didn't do Doppio, and that eventually I would do Doppio and might give him his own video. I've decided that it's not really worth doing a whole video on, because it's just not that much to say. But here is Doppio right here. Okay, so here's Doppio. What I did in the past was, which I also said in my Part 5 JoJo video, is I used to give all my minifigures some kind of accessory. So what I did for Doppio here is I gave him this ice cream cone. As you can see, he's got his purple sweater and his pink hair. This is the Doppio from the anime. I know that Doppio in the past have been portrayed with both purple sweater and purple hair, as well as purple eyes, such as in the Eyes of Heaven game. But I decided that I was gonna go with the anime colors because, you know, that's just what I like. Doppio, I've already mentioned before, is my favorite character from Part 5, pretty much just because he's awesome. But yeah, there's Doppio. Next up is a little bit of a group of figures. I have some Devilman figures that I made. So, yeah. I watched the original Devilman Bird Lady OVA from the past and enjoyed it, and then watched all of Devilman Crybaby, which wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because Netflix kind of has a reputation when it comes to animes, but you know what, it wasn't that bad. It was alright. So anyway, I decided to make some figures for it. So first one we have is the OG, of course, the 80s/90s OVA Devilman. As you can see here, he does have wings, although they are tucked up in the back next to his tail. They're folded up, but you can splay them because they're on those hinges there if you want to. So he doesn't look that bad. It was really difficult to actually do the faces on the Devilman figures because it's such a specific pattern design for how his face is, so it was a little bit difficult to get all that in there, and it did take a little bit of thinking to figure out how to actually do the head shape of Devilman, and eventually I just settled on using some cloth cape piece from Lego and modifying it and putting it onto the back of the head with some glue, and then spazzing it up a little bit. Of course, in the OVA, you don't really see Devilman's wings that much, which is why they were tucked back in the first place. I originally wasn't even gonna, add the wings in there, but I felt that you kind of need them because that's who the character is. But of course, if you don't want the wings on there, you can just take off the head and take off the neck bracket and put the head back on, and boom, there you go. Next up, we have Saline or Cyrene. Of course, she's not censored, so avert your eyes if you don't want to see the bazombas that are on the figure. But Saline or Cyrene, however you want to pronounce it, was strange, especially in Crybaby. It was I'd love to be Devilman. Anyway, it was interesting, I guess. But I wanted to do a figure of her as well because her design is interesting. But no, in all seriousness, why can't I freaking talk? Her character was strange and interesting, so I decided, well, one, it's interesting, and two, she's an important character in the Devilman universe, so I kind of have to do a figure of it. And as you can see, I did. She's got her head wings and her little antenna things here. Camera, please focus. There you go. She's got her hair and her bird hands and feeties there. On the back, she does, in fact, have a tail feather whip. There it is. This is from a previous figure. I've yet to get this off of here, but I'll eventually do that. But she has her little bird feathers back there as well. And yeah, there's Saline or Cyrene. Just fucking somebody tell me if there's one that people prefer to say the most. Last but not least, in the Devilman little grouping of figures here, we have Devilman Crybaby Devilman. So here he is. Same type of deal with the wings and the head and the tail. I went about it thinking as if I was like a figure company. Well, we just do kind of like a repaint and just release it like that. So, in a way, it's just the same thing, but done again in a different way. Now, you may be wondering, why the fuck is he blue? And a lot of the subject material, Devilman and Devilman Crybaby, is a really palish blue type of thing, like sand blue, and that's what I used here on the figure, other than the tail, obviously. But I felt that matched the colors to the best that I could. So here he is. The legs and Crybaby are just all hair, so that's why they're just completely black. Now, you may be thinking, well, you literally did do the exact same thing again. You're not entirely wrong. It is extremely similar to OVA Devilman, but of course there are noticeable differences, such as the lack of pupils. The teeth are different. The head shape is actually different, and that's on purpose. The musculature is different because the anime styles were different. And of course, the wings in Crybaby are more like bat wings than the OVA one, which is more like angel wings. I didn't have sand blue hands, so I couldn't give him those. So I just ended up using light gray hands. But yeah, that's Crybaby Devilman. Finally, moving on from our Devilman figures, we're gonna head out to another figure with a tail, and that is my favorite character from Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cats, spelled with a K instead of a C. Cats was real cool and calm and collected. Had that epic theme every time he came on screen. You know, the one. It was awesome. And he was awesome. He was in like 4 different episodes, which is pretty cool. I think he's a fan favorite character. I haven't exactly asked people how much they like him, but me personally, he left that image in my head and was a big part of my childhood because he was so cool. So I thought I'd make a figure of him. Here's his face. It's just drawn on a piece of paper, really. As you can see on the back, it is attached to this robot head from the custom minifigure series. I don't remember which series it was, but it was one of them. He's got his own little tail here, made out of a little bread tie, where the Devilman figures were made out of serpentine tails from Ninjago. So that means it is posable. See, you got the... Sometimes you gotta push the torso down, though, because this gap likes to be a jerk. Doesn't want to do it right now, but... Anyway, he got little stripes on his torso there, and got his face, and... I just think he's pretty cool. This second to last figure is the very first figure that I did in this, I guess, batch of figures, you could call them. It is my boy right here from Let's Show One Piece. It is your dog, Brooke. He's pretty epic. Originally I was gonna do like a custom drawn like Brooke face, but I thought it would add more Lego charm if I used the actual Lego face. As you can see here, he's got his cane as an accessory, and he's got his collar and his little thing there. I'm not exactly sure what those are called. He's got his afro and his hat up here and the little crack in his skull. And of course, the main part of his body is a skeleton from the Ninjago series, and you can see how that was put in there. A little bit sloppy because I had only like actually done a like prototype for this type of thing once before, and that didn't turn out well. But this one turned out fine. Basically, it's just a modified torso and modified skeleton torso from Lego Ninjago, and they're just attached with some glue onto some modified legs. He's got woody arms and legs from the Lego Toy Story series to make him taller than a normal minifigure. So if we bring in Doppio, you could see how much taller he is than a normal figure, which is about right. But yeah, I put a lot of effort into this one. I just really wanted Brooke to be cool because he's my second favorite character in all of One Piece, right behind Usopp. But yeah, that's Brooke. And last but not least, we have our final figure that was made for this, and that is Shige, or Mob, from Mob Psycho 100/200. So he was extremely simple to make, obviously, because it's just mostly black everywhere, and a simple face, and this Harry Potter bowl type haircut. The really interesting thing, or the thing that I put the most effort into, is Dimple up here. And as you can see, Dimple is floating behind Shige, and that was just accomplished via this little neck bracket, and then this bar attached to this Lego Alien Invasion headpiece, which has his face on it. So yeah, Dimple is there, he's chilling out. Actually, it appears that the paint on his little dimples did come off. So I'm gonna just figure that real quick so you can see him and fix. Fuck, I can't talk! I'm gonna fix it so you can see it in its full glory. There. I don't know why only that spot of paint came off. That was weird, but now that it's reapplied, you could see him in his full glory, and he's looking pretty schmexy. You could take him off if you wanted, but I like to have him hanging out with Mob. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button down below to show me you did, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.